Tonight's episode of the Sunday Night Talk is here. It is week 4 in the NFL, and this is a special edition of the Sunday Night Talk. It's special because Omar Carmona and brother Andrew are with me live and in person for the Sunday Night Talk. Everything happened, and yet nothing happened.
Hell yes, brother.
If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe to it. New interviews are going up all the time, but right now, right here, is the Sunday Night Talk, week 4. Andrew and Omar, join me. Andrew, Omar, are you ready for some football?
Yes.
Here we go. Sunday night, the first ever Sunday Night Talk in person YouTube show. Omar Carmona, Carmona Law is in the house. Andrew Ramirez, brother Andrew from Murder Mecca, all at the table. Cousin Adrian on the research. Welcome everybody.
Murder Mecca. We got football fans here.
What's up, man?
We got a family kitchen backdrop here.
Okay, I was waiting how long it would take for us to bring this up. We are recording this in my mom and dad's kitchen.
I mean, we have our fall decorations. We have some old Christmas cards up that are hanging. We have the clocks here. I just feel very cozy right now.
You're right up there. You're right up there, Carmona.
That's my family.
That's my family picture. Right, this is, I don't know what you would call us, a family reunion of sorts?
It's somewhat. We've spent a lot of time here growing up on this, this very dining room table. I feel like I should have left my shoes out in the front. I feel like I'm...
Are you a shoes off in the house guy?
I'm a big fan of that.
Oh, jeez.
I
didn't know that about you.
Yeah.
Here you quit drinking, you're doing yoga, and now you're shoes off.
Oh, yeah.
Guy in the house.
That's like a total 180 right there.
Yeah, it is.
That's awesome.
It is.
Yeah. Your shoes on, Pat?
I'm a don't care guy. I don't like taking my shoes off. If, I come in, I'll take them off as I please.
That's very manly of you.
You disapprove.
That's alpha as hell.
I can tell you disapprove. Well, it's Sunday. We took in a full slate of games like we do every Sunday. Sunday night game is not even over.
No, but it's over.
That's what I was saying. I was like, why can't we let this game end?
Fred's barking so much.
Our dog is barking. Research expert.
Adrian's on it.
A family dog.
It's our family dog.
Very... I feel like this is the kickoff to the holiday season.
Really?
Yeah, it just feels very... We're home for the holidays.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I think there's a certain vibe to it. Sunday night, I didn't even watch this game. I'll be honest. It was on. I feel like I didn't even watch it.
Because you're excited because the Raiders got their win.
I'm excited the Raiders finally won, which we'll talk about. Tom Brady is there. I don't even know if he's there. It's a battle of the 2-1s, so it's a good game.
Should be.
And I'm watching it, and they show the Bucs coach, and I'm like, I don't even know who this guy is.
Todd Bowles.
I don't know who the Bucs coach
guy.
is. Really?
Yeah, he's a good coach.
So I wrote that I thought this game was over 2 hours ago, and yet we're being teased with a good game. So as we go along, Cousin Adrian can tell us if anything good happened to you. So I don't even have a lot of thoughts about the Sunday night game other than the game was in Tampa, which was a close call because we didn't know if it was going to happen.
Right.
And that's it. Did you care about this game?
I didn't care. I mean, I did want to watch it, but obviously when I talked to you, I was putting my daughter down, but I did catch some of it. And the Bucs were turning the ball over like crazy, which meant easy points for Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. So not a very competitive game, although it should have been. Right.
Yeah, I was looking forward to it, but maybe I'm exhausted from the weekend. But I couldn't put any mental energy into it. Andrew, thoughts Sunday night?
We watched football all day today, and we're not giving ourselves enough credit. We've been in an environment that we're not used to for over 48 hours. So we've been celebrating Grandpa's birthday. We've been eating nonstop food. By the end of today, I feel like my gas tank is just on empty right now.
Yeah,
and it's ironic because I've eaten so much. So I should have more energy than ever, but I just feel so drained right now, But anytime Tom Brady's playing, I'm always down to watch him. He's such a fun quarterback to watch. And then Mahomes rocks.
Easy on the eyes.
He's easy on the eyes. We
Okay.
said he's attractive.
Okay, hold on. We debated this earlier
Yeah, we
today,
talked about
Carmona.
that.
We talked about handsome QBs again. All of us have Tom Brady on their list. No women that I asked have Tom Brady on the list anymore.
He should be on everyone's list.
What's not to love?
I don't know. I'm with you. Maybe we have too many. We have
He's
too
got
many
a
men
full
on
head
this.
of hair. He's rich. He's handsome.
That's how
He's got like a square jaw.
comes to sports, I don't want to ask women anything. What do they know?
All right, you heard it here.
Right.
Omar doesn't want to ask women anything. Okay, Cousin Adrian will update us on the Sunday night game if anything interesting happens. So let's go to the other games on Sunday. I have them in two categories. I have them in watch-worthy and zero interest.
Okay.
So I'm going to go through the watch-worthies first and stop me when you want to talk about one. Seattle-Detroit,
I wouldn't have watched it, but it turned out to be a good game.
48 points.
That was a huge game.
Yeah.
By Seattle. Beyond that, my Detroit...
Did you see on that game the DK Metcalf exit?
No.
Apparently he was carted off the field, but it was a non-injury. Apparently he had to drop a deuce. And he needed the cart because had he walked it in, there would have been a problem.
Are you serious?
He said he posted a tweet saying the clinch walk would not have worked.
Damn. So it was already exited.
It was coming out.
Yeah, and he needed to like have it just flattened against like a plane.
I
roll
respect,
him out.
I respect that he was well thought out about everything.
Right.
I feel
right.
we're at the threshold of about 10,000 memes about this come Monday afternoon, don't you?
Yeah, it's going to come.
I'm actually surprised this doesn't happen more often.
I'm surprised they don't have like a
game.
deluxe porta potty on the sideline.
I think they need one.
Yeah,
why not a bathroom on the sideline?
Don't they have guys normally with the towel that just they kind of like get down and then like
if they need to change
three
or something,
guys,
they make a little cover.
put the towels up.
NFL has thought of every angle and yet no bathroom.
They should have a
sideline.
legit bathroom porta potty style thing that you can go into and freshen up.
Here's the problem with that. Real quick, imagine a player goes in, he wants to rush back out. As he's exiting the porta potty, something's still showing. Next thing you know, we got a bunch of angry parents.
They gotta, but there's gonna be a mirror in there, Omar, where they can like look at themselves and make sure they're good. You know, and there can be an attendant in there that like those high level bathrooms that have like someone with the towel. Like,
would they be expected to tip that attendant?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Yeah. They'll have to give a cash.
It's an important.
Yeah, I think it would be.
I like
they
that.
should definitely do it.
So like when a player comes out of the locker room for like to come through the tunnel to start the game, they're like, all right, do I have helmet, cleats, gloves, wristband, cash for the bathroom attendant?
Right. I like that.
Yeah.
Cash.
Breath mints, maybe.
Breath mints. Oh, the attendant should have stuff.
Maybe the attendant holds onto their jewelry. You know, their big necklace and their bling.
Yeah.
He's holding it like
their
this.
mouthpiece, like they put it on the side.
That would be cleaning off the mouthpiece. Would be clean. Why have we not thought of this before? We not discussed bathrooms.
Well, I'm also shocked that more players don't have to take shits during the middle of games. Because
Me too.
they're like, these are huge guys too. Like these guys are ginormous men who like eat huge meals, like leading up to this stuff, man. And like the fact that not one of them has to drop a deuce, like, is shocking to me.
It's gotta have happened more often than we see.
Yeah.
At this point, what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Other watchables: Buffalo, Baltimore. Great game. Josh Allen is now top tier again.
Oh, he's always been top tier. You know, I've been saying that for a long time. He's a top tier quarterback.
You're a big Josh Allen guy.
Big Josh Allen guy, and he proved it again. He's that Buffalo team. I think right now is the favorite to win the Super Bowl, in my opinion. I think they're the team to beat.
Are you still? Well, your early pick was Buffalo Niners in the Super Bowl.
Right. I think
well, you're getting half of it right. You said you're getting them all.
I'm not getting
Pull
the other
that
half
mic
right.
to you just a tiny bit more.
I am not getting the other half right. But we'll talk about that.
Question on this one: watchworthy. New England, Green Bay.
It was watchworthy. Third string quarterback comes in.
That's what I was gonna say.
Crazy.
Third string overtime.
Almost pulled it out.
This was. I'm gonna talk about it later, but this was a day for the backups.
Yeah, it was.
For backup QBs, most popular position on a football team: backup QB, or am I being silly? Or am I thinking like college backup QB is the most popular guy on campus type of thing? I don't even know the guy's name.
Maybe.
I don't even know how to pronounce his name.
Zappy.
Is it Zappy?
Zappy.
Oh, okay. Next watchable. I saved this one. Washington, Dallas.
Watchable.
Hell yeah.
Because now I think It's a valid question. Does Dak Prescott still have a job?
That's what I was saying during the game. I was like, is this coming full circle? Is Dak replaces Romo? Cooper replaces Dak?
It's a valid question,
He looks good.
Especially how much money they're paying Dak Prescott to watch these games.
If I'm Dak, I'm under contract, I'm watching the game from the sideline, I'm having the time of my life. Like, I'm not out there.
And I'm getting paid and they're winning, so
I can't get injured again.
maybe he is the most valuable player on that team.
I made a note because the Commanders went black uniforms.
I liked them.
This
What'd you
game.
think?
Liked them a lot. Didn't know what team it was for like a quarter and a half. And then my mom says, because we're watching football with my mom, it looks like they're wearing Lululemon. Can you think of a more mom comment?
No,
for a football team?
It's like the black yoga pants.
Yeah,
Black
I can see
yoga
that.
pants.
Yeah.
Black
More like
yoga
a
pants.
it was a matte black kind of.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
like
'cause-
them. Anytime you can distance yourself further away from what the team you really are, I think that's a plus for the Commanders.
Good. Yeah.
You're further away from.
They
you're that
definitely
one
did
team.
not look like the Redskins.
They did not.
You're like
Right.
black and yellow.
But with
colors.
that owner, I still find them as offensive.
Oh, nice. So you
That's
don't.
the Redskins.
Redskins not offensive. Owner offensive.
Yes, very offensive.
Interesting. You're
Very offensive.
You're very clear on this. Okay, Wentz. Can we give a Wentz report card? He's bad.
He's bad.
Yeah.
He's bad.
He's bad. It's time to bring in some other quarterbacks.
I don't know what's going on.
No,
How
he's
he
just-
keeps tricking people
He's
into
not
thinking
good.
he's good.
He's pretty bad. He kind of looks like a quarterback that you'd want on your team. You know,
Right.
he's got the size, he's got the rugged features, and even when he drops back, it seems like it's going to go all right.
But again, he was highly drafted, and he's from South Dakota State University. I mean, people. So is Trey Lance, and I'm just not sold on. No matter how great they are in college at these schools, I'm not sold on teams drafting them.
It's like
Yeah.
B-level school.
Right.
Yeah.
How much leash does Wentz have left? Like one more bad game and he's out? One more bad season is he out? I'm putting him in Trubisky
You're not going to
category.
give Shannon Tweed the lead role for a role that was made for
Sharon Stone.
Meryl Streep. Okay,
Sorry.
it's like it's a B movie. You know what I mean?
We know what we're gonna get.
You know what you're
Yeah.
getting.
Cousin Adrian, click the timer. How long it would take Omar to bring up the name Shannon Tweed? I had over and under 8 minutes. I think we went under. That is a definite 90s skin flick queen name.
Oh, the
Shannon
Queen.
Tweed,
She was the
straight.
best.
What was some movie she was in? Was she Poison Ivy or is that another series?
Damn.
Remember Poison Ivy series?
I don't remember it as well
I
as
don't
you
remember
did.
That. Yeah.
All right, don't worry, we'll cut all this out.
The Poison Ivy series?
Poison
what
Ivy.
year did that come out?
I think there was a
This
Poison
was
Ivy.
straight to video, Blockbuster days, and these were like skin flicks.
Yes. Okay.
And you'd be like, "Oh, I'm
Kind
gonna
of.
rent that."
Kind of like the Beverly Hills Bordello.
Oh, that was one. Beverly Hills Bordello.
Bordello. was that straight to video as well, or was
Yes.
that like late night Showtime?
Late night, you can see some boobs.
Yeah, no, it was like
11:30.
softcore was like it was porn, but like there was no, you couldn't see it
Right,
actually. You
right.
would just see the thrusting and
Right.
like the pelvic motions.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
You catch a boob or two. You
So
had to
do
go
you
through the
think, like,
story. Like it wasn't
was-
just there was an actual story.
Right. Yeah, it was like very big story. So, do you think that they were really having sex,
No.
or do you think it was fake?
I think some of them were.
Oh.
I think the same thing.
I think some of them were.
Sometimes they would double dip and maybe shoot a hardcore
I think so.
version.
I think that's
and
great.
then have a different camera
Yeah.
shooting softcore angles.
I could see that.
I always thought some seemed more realistic than others, and I was like, I bet this one's real. and
I could
others are
see that
not.
happening.
Do you
Oddly
think they're
enough-
all fake, or do you think some of it
Well,
was real?
oddly enough, Double Dip was another video series. That I rented
double
a couple
dipping.
times. No, I just assumed it was simulated sex.
Yeah.
I just assumed.
Sometimes it seemed more real than other times.
Yeah.
I always thought.
I'm almost a little bit in the category of I want to believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
When my emotions are taking over
Let's
my...
get a
respect that.
Adrian opinion here. Let's see if we got a tie or a blowout. Softcore porn, real sex, or no, not are you a fan? Real sex or simulated sex?
Real sex, but edited down.
Got it.
Wow.
Got it.
Cinematic.
Got it. Okay. All right.
very-
One vote for
That's-
all sim.
That's very artistic.
Do we have an update on the least interesting Sunday night game of the year so far?
Least interesting.
Well, tonight's the Bucks. Did it end?
It's almost over.
Oh, okay. Moving on from Dallas.
Broncos, Raiders.
Oh,
Well, one more before we go to that.
that's his big game.
Cooper Rush.
Oh,
Should that name be a sheriff, an attorney at law, or a private investigator? Don't you think that's a cool name, Cooper
cool
Rush?
name. It's a cool ass name.
I think he should be an attorney.
No,
Cooper Rush.
I think a sheriff of Frisco, Texas, back in 1907.
Oh, I like it. I like it.
I like that. I would say Cooper Rush. He's like the bratty son of like a politician. You know,
oh, like a rich kid.
Like Donald Rush would be like the politician, and then he'd like introduce his son Cooper Rush.
He's on the verge of like super fame.
Yeah.
You know, we got to get him when he's young.
Yeah,
rich bratty kid.
It's like a young person's name too. It's like exciting, Cooper Rush.
Right.
I hope the fire keeps going. You know, like anything could happen. Oh,
I got an update.
Yeah.
Update.
So if they cut Dak Prescott, they inherit $89 million of negative cap space.
Right.
Wow.
So they can't.
They got to keep him.
Is Dak turning into the new Jimmy Garoppolo on the bench?
He will be
the most expensive insurance policy.
It's possible. I still feel there's so much time for Cooper to shit the bed and become a real second string quarterback. Like I feel it's early and he's doing great, but
here's the thing. Dak is actually trying to come back next week.
Oh,
from my understanding.
Shit.
Let's say he doesn't get the start next week.
Okay, hypothetical corner.
Hypothetical. And we have the offense struggles.
Yeah.
Is Cooper coming back in during the game, or is that the decision they make the following week? Who do they got next week?
Yeah.
That's a great. I think. Well,
Put the research team on.
I would say that
Cooper. So the question is, Cooper struggles next week. When does Dak come in? In the game, next game.
Oh no, I'm saying
the other way. The other way. Around.
They play next
That's
Sunday afternoon. They are at the Rams. That is going to be a big game. Okay, a lot of playoff implications. What I'm saying, Dak starts that game. If he's healthy, he struggles. When does Cooper get the call?
Yeah. No, I'm going make the switch at halftime. I say they put him in at halftime.
That's a short leash.
Halftime is
say he's struggling, doesn't look like himself. Cooper Rush is what 3-0 or starting 3-0.
Yeah.
You would say halftime?
I say they make a switch at halftime. Say they're going in the locker room and it's 17-3, they're down.
Mm-hmm.
I think they make a switch.
That's true.
Yeah.
But then it's like at that point, like it's also like they've established that they just have no faith in Dak anymore. You know, because it means like we didn't even give you a full game to lose your spot. You know, like you got one half and you came out a little flat. You haven't played in 3 weeks. You know, like but you came out flat and you're done. I feel like that's a little harsh for Dak. So in my opinion, I feel like they would give him the game, and if he sucked for the whole game, I think the next game they would go with Cooper Rush maybe.
That makes sense too.
I don't know, because Dak is. I feel like you got to give him time to come back a little bit too. Like one half is a little short for like 3 weeks off and going against a
what happened to
defense.
Dak anyway?
His thumb. I think he broke his thumb.
Yeah,
that's crazy. He's coming back already because it said 6 to 8 weeks. Initially, but maybe the surgery went better.
Or maybe he's like, fuck
rushing
this guy. Back. Yeah.
Fuck this guy. Like, I need to get my spot back.
You're right. I mean, if he wins 2 more games and he starts the season, 5-0?
Yeah.
Cooper Rush attorney law?
Then it's Cooper Rush.
Rush, you know, so I think...
Yeah, Dak wants to dampen this fire right now.
It's Cooper's firm at that point.
Cooper.
All right. Denver, Vegas. It's time.
I knew we were going to talk about this.
First win of the season. You see it here. Derek Carr against division rival Denver. Okay, let me take you through my emotions again. Vegas is up the majority of that game. I think they go up 2 scores. I think they're 16-point lead. And I quote Cousin Adrian right there, this is where we fall apart. Carr's going 3 and out. We're going to get the ball back. We did an onside kick in the first half. Give it right back to Denver with good field position. They go down. I'm like, great. It's falling apart again. So I lose my faith super quick. But Devontae Adams, we have a connection this week. Finally, they start throwing to Devontae Adams. Finally, they start running the ball. And they get the coveted first win of the season at home. Finally, we have a win. under it. Am I too emotional when it comes to thinking these things?
I don't think you're being too emotional because it's their first one of the year. That was a pathetic start.
Going 0-4?
Yeah, that
would be horrible.
It was a pretty pathetic start.
I'm still traumatized from Arizona.
So, yeah, I don't think you're being over emotional. Good for you.
You needed it.
Yeah,
you needed it. You needed it.
We watched the game together.
Yeah.
You saw what I go through.
No, you
with
go through
these
a
games,
lot.
and this was light because we were up the whole game.
I haven't seen you get like angry like that in such a long time.
Today?
You know, like,
I didn't
like,
get angry
just,
today.
Like, just like the fire that you like took to today's
Today?
game. Yeah.
Oh, I've
yeah.
gotten way worse than today.
I mean, I believe it. Like, but like, because cousin Adrian's a Denver fan. You know,
right?
So
We watched
you
it with
had
Adrian.
the
Denver
riffing
fan.
with Adrian a little bit, and like you were in it. You know, like you were in the seat with the team. I felt like you know. And then I could tell that you were scared, like a little bit, because like,
I get scared. That's true.
because you've been hurt by this team so many times.
Yeah.
You know, and like when they're doing a little bit okay at the beginning, you're like, I don't want to trust that this is going to lead to a win.
I don't.
Because last week,
not.
you know, like this happens all the time.
Right.
You know, it's like a cheap pair of shoes. Like they just fall apart. You know, so like you don't want to trust them, but you got it today. Like you won today.
Got it today,
And they
like,
got their
perfect
first
today.
defensive touchdown over 3 years. How about that?
Yeah.
Here's the Raiders.
I
They
should
look
have
pretty
known.
good.
I should have known. Yes,
Yeah.
they got the touchdown.
Yeah, so they got the win. I was happy because I got a little nervous too. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Russell Wilson talk. Do we know if he's good?
He's not.
Do we know what's going? Missing passes.
Missing passes.
And then he has
he's
the
got
one-
two decent receivers in Cortland Sutton and Jerry Jeudy. So it's not like he's missing targets. He's just not as good as he was in Seattle.
And he does the Russell Wilson tease where, like, all of a sudden he does the 25-yard run, and he looks like, oh, he's got the magic. He did the touchdown run where he dives in the end zone, and we're like, oh, Russell Wilson he's heating up. He's heating up. But he has so many plays where he looks like he doesn't have confidence in the receiver, or he throws it in the dirt, or the ball's just over their head. I can't fully figure him out. So I don't know what's going on with Russell Wilson.
Nah, he's not that. He's not good anymore.
Is this a thing where he's still figuring out his new team?
Maybe, but maybe it's just his prime is long gone.
Well, this was brought up to me during the game that Russell Wilson didn't start or play in any preseason games for Denver. New team, no preseason games.
Right, and I don't blame him for. I mean, you pay a lot of money.
Yeah.
To put him out there for preseason, I would disagree with them playing him. But now that we've had 4 games, it's still not, he's 2-2, not impressive. So he's had enough time to get his timing back.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we're still out on Russell Wilson.
We are still out on Russell Wilson.
In years past, aren't we crowning Russell Wilson the MVP of the league like in October?
Right, always.
Maybe he's doing reverse Wilson.
And he's
this
never
year.
won an MVP, right?
Not to my
No,
knowledge.
I don't think he's ever won an MVP.
Put the research department on it. Last observation on the Vegas game. I think we have a meth head as a place kicker. Doesn't Daniel Carlson look like he's on meth?
He could be, but isn't that's more a Raiders thing?
It's Vegas.
So well,
it's like he's got the gaunt face. He's got the scraggly long hair.
Yeah.
I think he's our place kicker meth head. Before we go to the zero interest games, did you notice coaches are wearing a nationality flag?
I didn't. I mean,
What-
I
do you know
saw
what that
Croatia. Belichick had
was
Croatia, and he is,
Croatian,
and that it is Croatian.
That's what I was.
And then I
confused
saw
with.
Matt Patricia, who's Italian, had Italy
Oh.
I saw that.
on his, but I didn't notice all the other ones.
I saw a Germany flag on a helmet, so maybe the players are doing it too.
And then there was a London game today, so maybe there was something with Europe.
International
Weekend.
International.
Could be.
All right, let's go. The zero interest. Stop me if you even want to talk about any of these games.
Okay.
Phoenix, Carolina.
Baker Mayfield's not going to have his job much longer.
Really? Who's taking over?
Darnold.
He's still.
Sam Darnold
Yeah.
can pop in.
Yeah, he could come in.
They've
Give him,
talked a lot about
give him a
that,
chance.
too.
Give
Yeah.
him a chance.
What are we in? Week 5 next week? Darnold, Baker out, Darnold in?
It didn't sound like Coach Rule was very committal on Baker starting next week.
Jeez.
They benched Trubisky today.
Yeah.
They could,
That's
it's in the air. It's in the air. The bullshit is up.
That was Jets Steelers.
Yeah.
And Trubisky's now without I don't think he should come back and play. You might as well put Pickett in, give him snaps.
It looks bad.
Trubisky's a proven loser. Like at this point, like he didn't do it with the Bears,
you would say when it comes to being a loser, he has excelled.
Like he's had more chances to not be a loser and excelled at just continuing
He is excellent at being mediocre.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like there's no he's had so many chances at this point. Right. It's almost like you got to let it go. Like how much more could we try this?
Got it. Anything else on Phoenix, Carolina, or are we talking Minnesota, New Orleans at all?
Minnesota, New Orleans, and there's going to be some.
That's a London game, right?
That was what did you think of the New Orleans uniform? I like the black helmets.
Oh, cool.
I missed the whole game. I don't know what happened in London.
Well, it was too early for you guys probably, but it was. I'm gonna pull it up. New Orleans, new uniforms, and honestly, they looked very sharp out in London today. Look at that. I mean, look, black.
That's cool.
You got to put it up, but look at that.
That's pretty cool.
It looks pretty cool. I like the black helmet.
Good day for black uniforms today.
Yeah.
Washington.
But yeah,
Saints.
I didn't see the game, but it was a close game.
Did anybody watch the game?
It was a double. I did see the final field goal attempt, a double doink.
Kick. We got our first double doink of the year.
New Orleans, it did not go in for them, so Minnesota gets a big win. Great thing about the London game is that you automatically get a bye week the following week to so you can get caught up with your sleep and whatnot. So I'm sure it feels good to get a win out in London.
Zero interest, Tennessee, Indianapolis.
Zero interest too, because there's two teams that have definitely disappointed, given their starts of the season. I don't know either. I don't know what the identity is of these two teams. I think Matt Ryan is definitely not the answer in Indianapolis, and I don't think Tannehill is anything great in Tennessee. They have two star running backs, Jonathan Taylor in Indianapolis, Derrick Henry in Tennessee, but I just don't see anything special about these teams right now.
I didn't watch it at all. I had zero interest. And looking at my list here, I know I left out games. What other games did I have zero interest in?
One that was interesting to me only because of how awesome it looked. Bears Giants.
I was gonna say the same game.
I love the Giants are back to their old uniforms from.
I was gonna say great uniform matchup.
Great uniform matchup. I just felt like I was watching a 1988 playoff game today.
Yeah, that was good. And at one point they cut to the stands. It was like half raining in New York. They cut to the stands and I never seen more miserable, bored fans.
Yeah,
they had the ponchos on. A kid is asleep on his dad's shoulder.
Another non-interesting game. Jacksonville. Philadelphia played today.
Oh, that's right.
Philadelphia's 3-1. Dallas 3-1. New York 3-1. Best division in football?
Hell yeah.
God, we never would have said that 3 weeks ago.
Never. Because it always seems like that division's playing in the week 17 game, for the 9-7 shot to go into the playoffs. It's always that division.
Lowest performance.
You're right. Yes, how did I leave that game out? That is true. All right, I left that game out. That's my bad. What else did I leave out? Jets, Pittsburgh.
Trubisky's out.
Trubisky's out. Zach Wilson plays. He's back in the Jets here.
Yeah.
Yeah, my notes are this could have been a London game candidate, meaning it's a bad game. Trubisky replaced. Those were my only notes for the game.
Not good.
Those were other games.
Chargers, Texans, also
that
not
was
a very
the one I
great
forgot
game.
About. When did that game even happen?
Yeah, it happened in the morning. It was a morning game, but Chargers won pretty easily. The big one from Thursday, though, Miami, Cincinnati, Tua taking another big hit. And now the neurologist or the neuro expert has been fired for the way, I guess, mistakes were made. I think pertaining to the first hit that he took. Yeah. Clearly, he took a head injury. And he was back on the field. We need a roadmap into the first concussion. They said was a back injury. Right, but
he was stumbling around. That didn't look like a back injury.
That did not look like
a boxer who got knocked out and tried to stand up. And then he has another fairly normal looking tackle, but you see his head bonk on the ground, and you see the horrific hands.
Right.
What's going on here? That guy can't play for the rest of the year.
Right. No.
Right?
Right.
So, where was the disconnect from the first concussion assessment to Thursday night. And then the concussion protocol is done by independent doctors, am I right?
Right.
So not necessarily Miami is at fault, other than saying, like, this seems a little early to be putting back in. So someone did get fired, you're saying?
Yeah, someone got fired.
This is horrible.
It's bad.
This is horrible. He's going off. He's like a huge talent. He's just getting good
Right.
in there. And, like, he may not play again.
I don't think so.
That was a bummer of a game.
Oh man, what's the official diagnosis right now? Like on him, like so. Like,
Why are you holding that so close to Omar? You know he's up
Your
there.
hands-
You know he's on the
I just-
wagon.
It's
It was
all
nice
about
to-
temptation, you know. Like this is gonna
Nice to
help.
hold it.
This is good.
It's
Yeah,
nice and chill.
it's like a character building moment. You want to smell it? Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
Whoa,
pretty
oh
good.
my God, you're
Good.
making me
There's
very
a couple
nervous.
more over here.
You're centered, Omar. You're centered.
I'm very centered.
Yeah, no, these are negatives in your life. You don't
Yeah,
want
negatives.
Yeah, you want that sweet kush. So dude, so you got that so his hands do something really crazy.
Yeah, it's
and
on
like
the floor.
to a viewer, of course it's horrific. But like we don't like what is going on? You know, is that a is his spine fucked up? You
who
know,
knows?
What have the doctors been saying about him? You know, head injury, back injury, what's
I mean,
happening?
at this
you
point,
know?
it's highly medical
It's insane.
terminology.
Yeah.
And in the world of concussions, like, I don't think we know the complete diagnosis at this point.
No.
It's
Well,
not like a broken leg.
Concussions have happened so many times, and I feel like I've never seen the hands do that.
Right,
So it
that
seems
just
like it's
seems
more
true.
than a concussion. Like it seems like a
yeah.
Well,
bigger
something maybe
issue.
even
Whatever is
neuro-
beyond.
neurological.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's like you got to go deep on his medical history and be like, what happened
Yeah.
to you there?
Do you think
Yeah.
he plays again this year? No way, right?
I could see him coming back,
Really?
but it has to be reasonable.
With the right
you know?
doctor, he's coming back.
Yeah.
Like the doctor from Any Given Sunday,
Yeah.
James Woods.
Yeah.
He's cleared to play next Sunday.
Wow.
Cousin Adrian says he's clear to play next Sunday. I
Whoa.
can't believe this.
Do you think he's gonna play next Sunday?
He's in the protocol.
I don't know. There's no way.
MRI came out clean.
Wow.
I don't
MRI.
believe this.
That's wild.
It's bumming me out.
He needs to go to an alternative doctor or something. See if he can get some
A
more
holistic
info.
doctor.
Yeah.
Chiropractor.
All right, that was other games
Nice.
in the league, which brings us to our game of the week. I was watching the games, and they're showing coaches on the sidelines, and at some point I go, is that the head coach? And then I realize, I don't think I know a lot of these head coaches.
Very new.
I said that with Tampa Bay. I'm watching the other games. I don't know. So for you, Omar, this game is called Do You Know Your Head Coaches?
Okay.
I'm going to give you 3 names. You tell me which one is the head coach.
Okay.
I'm going to test your knowledge. I think, Andrew, you can play this game too. I don't think you saw me putting
Okay.
it
All right.
together.
I'll try and follow along.
Okay, 3 names. Which one is the head coach? Josh Peterson, Mark Gilbride, Kevin O'Connell.
Kevin O'Connell, coach for the Vikings.
Agree? Disagree?
I gotta trust Omar's quickness to that answer, so I'm gonna go with Kevin O'Connell as well.
All right. The answer is Kevin O'Connell is correct. Easy one for Omar. Next, guess the coach. 3 names. Brian Dabble, Derek Miller, Dave Jones. Let's start Andrew first.
Okay. Can you say the first name again for me?
Brian Daboll, Derek Miller, Dave Jones.
I think the first name is a real coach.
Daboll is the head coach of the Giants. Good job.
Correct.
Let's
That is it. 2 for 2, gentlemen. Last round. Gregory Tasker, Ryan Haskins, Matt Eberflus. Omar, do you know?
Eberflus is the coach of the Chicago Bears.
You got it.
Nice.
3 for 3, Omar. I never heard of Matt Eberflus. Am I even saying that
It's such
right?
a complex name. I was like, that has to be the one.
Right. This was that
Yeah.
multiple choice. We're like,
Yeah.
no, maybe. Go with the
What
last
a weird
Go
name.
with the weird
it's
one.
a
Go
weird
with the-
name. Yeah.
Go with the weird one. All right, that was Guess the Coach, which brings us to the Would You Rather question
Nice.
of the week.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I'm going to go on a limb
This
right
is
now
dangerous.
Yeah.
and say this isn't even football related.
Anal. Oh.
It's anal.
What, anal?
Edit that one out too.
Would you? We'll take that. See, you're getting the hang of the game now. Whatever you don't like, just say we'll take that out. Would you rather visit Russia on a vacation or buy a vacation home in Florida?
Ooh.
That's a good one.
Ooh.
I mean,
Ooh.
can I ask some clarifying questions?
Yeah, go ahead.
How long of a vacation?
Let's go a standard out of country trip of 10 to 14 days.
Ooh.
Okay, 10 to 14 days. And then for my Florida, like, beachfront property, I can afford it? Like, is it given to me? Like,
No, you're buying it. Like you're Wayne buying it. Like you have the money.
Okay,
Say
I
it's a
got
good
the
deal.
cash,
Say it's
yeah.
appraised.
I do have the cash.
I got the
so I
cash.
do
You
have
have
the
the cash.
place that I want.
And it's a
Okay.
good deal. Like say it's like list price $500K, but they're listing it at $350K.
got it.
So say like, oh, this is good square footage.
I'm
but it's
gonna
in
have
Florida.
to. I gotta look. Okay, the people that I'd be living with,
Yeah.
it'd be maniacs.
Your family?
No, I'm saying like people I'd be living
Like your neighbors and
Right.
stuff, yeah.
Floridians or Russians. Wow, I think they're both crazy.
Yeah.
Two great categories of crazy white people.
But then again, like if I wanna have a little fun in Russia, I end up in
Right.
some like Russian prison.
Bathhouse.
Or, you know,
One said bathhouse, one said prison.
I'd be like in a gulag or something like
yeah,
that.
yeah. It's a lot.
Right, and you know they'd want to make an example of an American, but at the same time, I feel like, shit, the hurricanes
Yes.
and the alligator and Florida woman wanted in questioning of putting putting baby in microwave. It just seems like
Yeah.
a lot going on
It's
in the state of
ridiculous, yeah.
Florida.
I forgot about that part. Yeah.
So, yeah, what do you think?
I would live in Florida, but I would not associate with anyone else in Florida.
Wow. I knew you weren't just going to answer the question. Too.
Wow.
So you go Florida.
So you become like
Buy
a real, reclusive person.
Oh,
in
it'd be
Florida.
extreme.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I would have DoorDash.
The windows always like
always
curtained,
right.
everything,
There'd be
yeah.
nothing welcoming about my home
You'd
in
be so
Florida.
pale.
2 months, you
Yeah.
haven't seen sunlight, you've got a huge beard, you go full Howard
Yeah.
Hughes.
Yes, that would be my Florida experience. I'd be
Yeah.
miserable, but I wouldn't be in Russia.
Well,
Yeah.
the way I would look at it is like if you get a house in Florida, it's a ticking clock to when that house is going to get destroyed by a hurricane.
Right.
You know?
That's my
So
thinking.
I have 5 years, I have 10 years, like I don't know what it's going to be. And if you go on a vacation in Russia, like
You
you
don't know
know
what-
it's
you
going to
don't
come
know
to an end, but you don't know what's going to happen. You
Right.
know, like am I going to get arrested? Like this is an uneasy time in our world, like to be going to
Right.
Russia. You
Right.
know, so I'd roll the dice on the Florida house.
I'm 3 for 3. I go
you
Florida.
can get hurricane insurance, right?
Right.
Yeah, you'll be okay. It'll suck. It'll be lots of paperwork, but you
Yeah.
won't like lose much. You know, you'll just have to solve all that shit.
Right.
Yeah, so I'll go to
Florida.
Florida.
I'm 3 for 3. I go Florida.
Yeah.
Like Russia just seems like there's no law at all. If
Yeah.
they want to arrest you, they're throwing your ass in an 8x8
Right.
cell.
Yeah.
And like,
Florida, you got a beach house and you got to buy insurance or you got to get really good at boarding it up. Or
Yeah.
just be like, all right, I will lose this house at some
Dude.
point, but I will have my life.
like when I think of like top destinations to visit in the world, like Russia is not on
Not-
any
not
of those
ever.
lists. Like I think of
You never hear of
cold,
anybody visiting Russia.
gray, like
And I'm sure it's
authoritarian.
beautiful.
I think of Rocky 4.
I'm sure it has beautiful areas.
I'm sure it's beautiful.
It just seems like a sad place to go right
and you
now.
get that everything going on right now. You're hearing all these stories that Russia is losing the war in Ukraine.
Yeah.
It's like, man, there's gonna be some angry people there pretty soon.
Some
Yeah.
fucking
People
American
that
comes
were
in.
sent away are now back
Yeah.
and they failed.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
this wasn't as hard as would you rather's I thought. Yeah, Florida. Sunshine
Yeah.
State.
Yeah.
That was a good question.
Florida's chill.
Because I really hate Florida.
You hate Florida.
I do hate
Yeah,
Florida.
yeah.
Should we cut this part out?
No, we can leave that one
Okay.
there.
Yeah. Damn.
That was Would You Rather, an interesting debate on Florida versus Russia, essentially
why
what
do you
that
hate
was.
Florida so much?
Yeah, why do you hate Florida?
The people. DeSantis. I hate
Yeah.
Governor
Oh,
DeSantis.
DeSantis.
You hate
I think he's a
DeSantis.
piece of shit.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's like where like Tiger King in Florida.
Tiger King.
All of
was
that
like, all
shit
that
was in
craziness
Florida.
is happening
Yeah.
in Florida.
But I could see
It's
you
wild.
like, you know how like the super rich people move to Florida for the tax break and stuff? I can see you wanting to rub elbows with the glitterati. Like I can see you getting it. No, come on.
Not at all.
Really?
Not
I don't
at
know if you're
all.
being
Not
completely
at all.
intellectually
I am
honest,
so
Carmona.
not into that.
Really?
Oh no, I don't want to be near anybody. To be honest with you, I like things here in El Paso.
Okay.
I like being here in the
my mom and dad's kitchen.
Fall kitchen, the fall mom and dad kitchen.
All right,
respect that green truck.
I respect your answer. Well, that was Would You Rather. That brings us to the categories of the week, everybody's favorite segment of the show. Andrew's new to the categories this week. You know them, so we're going to guide you through it. First award of the week is the Overparenting Award.
Okay.
I got a couple nominees. Number one, Overparenting Award. You can see this coming from miles away. If I'm Tua Tagovailoa's dad, I'm pulling my son.
Yeah.
I'm like, Coach,
overbearing parent. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even think that's being overbearing. I'm like, we're getting our own doctor to check him out, and he's not playing this year. We'll talk next year. That's nominee number one. Number two is Carson Wentz's dad. After that game, there was always that one dad in sports who took it too seriously and would have his own little post-game breakdown with his son.
Yeah. I'm like, a workout.
I'm like, Carson.
Yeah, I see those a lot.
We're working in the backyard after the game. Carson Wentz, second nominee. And then third nominee, Overparenting Award, the backup QB for New England, Zappy. If I'm the QB dad, I'm calling the neighbors. Tonight, I'm like, did you see my son? See my son? He didn't even know he was going to play.
Yeah.
Those are my three nominees for Overparenting Award.
I think the feel-good story would be Zappy. But I'm going to give you a fourth one. Does Dak Prescott's dad tell him you better get your ass back on that field next week?
Oh, yeah. That's good. I mean? That's good. We forget about Zach's dad. He's like, hey.
It's almost like Dak's dad walks in and Dak's on the couch,
right?
With
he's
a bag
like,
of chips.
what are you doing?
And he's like, oh,
you look a little too comfortable
good
right
news.
now.
I just found out the doctor said I'd probably take another few weeks off. And the dad's like,
I don't think so.
Fuck no.
Then you need to get out of my house.
And he turns on the TV and it's like Cooper. Everything's about Cooper Rush. He's like,
do you think you're gonna lose your job to someone named Cooper?
Yeah,
Do you think Dak's dad shows up at home and puts his hand on the TV to see if Dak had been watching it?
Right. It's hot.
It's hot.
It's a little hot.
You know what's a good parent move? When they come in and the kid's watching TV on the couch and the parent just goes up and shuts off the TV. Did your mom ever do that to you?
Yeah, for sure.
And you're like,
hey, I was watching that.
I was watching Divorce Court. Come on. Good move, Dak. Good ride-in on Dak. Andrew, what do you think? Do you have a winner Overparenting Award or do you have a ride-in?
Oh, dude, I would say Overparenting Award for sure, Tua. Because that's almost like small. That's like John Q. Yeah. It's a dad going against a billion-dollar organization. You know, and all of these fat cat doctors are like, oh no, he can play. He can play. It's okay. The MRI's clear. And the dad's just like, I fucking instinctually just can't let my son play a week after I saw his fingers literally twist in agony.
Cannot let this happen.
And he would be like, he'd almost have to kidnap Tua and be like, we're taking you off the grid because he's locked in. That they don't give a fuck what the dad says. You know, so he would have to do extreme shit to keep Tua out. And I think that would be a good overparenting opportunity.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
You know what is, I didn't write this down as a nominee, but you know what is a low-key, it's not overparenting, it goes reverse. It's the child. Remember the scene in Jerry Maguire when Jerry Maguire goes to see I think he's a hockey player who has a concussion in the hospital, and the son goes, hey, Jerry, is my dad going to be okay? And he's like, your dad's going to be just fine. And he's like, he's had 5 concussions. Yeah. Fuck you, Jerry Maguire. and Jerry Maguire's like, oh shit, he's right.
Yeah.
That's kind of a reverse overparenting when the kid is like, what the hell's going on with my dad, Jerry Maguire? All right, that got dark.
Yeah.
Next award, Hot Take Award of the week. Nominees are, I have the worst 2 teams of the league this year are forced to play the London game next year. They have to travel overseas. They have to play the early game no one watches. And then second nominee I have for Hot Take Award is, I thought of this while watching Chris Collinsworth about 8 minutes into the third quarter. I thought he was going to fall asleep. Should the announcers have the ability to just bail on one Sunday night game a year? Collinsworth is like, Tarico, just solo it, man. I'm out. I'll be in the truck. So, hot take, announcers should be able to bail one game whenever they want. Pull the cord.
That's a good one. I like that. I would give that one's a nice one.
Hot take award, yeah. What do you got for hot take? You like those?
I like the hot take, but, instead maybe Collinsworth could pull a fan in from the stands or something like that. Like, hey, you're doing my job tonight.
Yeah. Also like that, like, he can say, like, oh, you think this is easy? Announcing games?
Yeah.
Come on up here. You try it.
Right. Yeah, let's do that.
Cool.
I'm with you.
I like the idea of, like, the game is so shitty that, like, when the camera cuts back to the announcers, like, the stool's just empty.
Now,
and, like, one of them left, and it's like, we all know why.
Now, we remember growing up watching Major League, and Bob Uecker was drinking alcohol. You know, he had a bottle, I think, of Jack or Evan Williams, one of those
Gotta
things.
laugh at it, Cousin Adrian. On that one.
How would you feel? Would you feel like, oh, I couldn't watch these guys anymore? You know, if Collinsworth were to pull out a bottle of something and start boozing.
Couldn't watch?
Yeah.
I'd love to watch that.
I
what
think
are you talking
that'd be
about?
nice.
I would love to watch that.
But but NBC would fire him.
He just.
Oh, he does it on his own. You're
Right.
saying
Well, they would
What-
never
what-
sign
what-
off on something like that.
Right,
Like,
but
he
why
just gets
not? But
obliterated
why
on air.
not?
we were thinking, like, you know, like, remember a few years and years ago when they put Dennis Miller in the Monday night booth?
That was horrible.
Like, what's gonna take, like, to shake it up a little bit?
Yeah.
I liked it.
No, I think I think it's a fun idea.
Shake it up a little bit.
Okay.
Kind of like, but it would just be such a negative light, you know, like, oh, this game sucks so much that Collinsworth's getting blackout drunk, like, on camera. Like,
Sure.
they would be like,
Yeah,
no, we can't do that.
It would be for our own entertainment.
Right.
We can't do that. That's too much. Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, that's good.
Next award, the cringeworthy award of the week. I got only one nominee because I think it stands out so much. I don't know if you saw this. The new State Farm commercial, and Andy Reid is in it. He's like on
I
an
saw that.
airplane.
Yeah.
Is State Farm not going to rest until they get every single NFL player in a commercial?
Yeah.
That I thought was just cringe. Also, like, when a coach or athlete tries to, like, act or read lines, it's cringeworthy.
it's
So I only have one nominee for my cringeworthy award of the week.
Cringeworthy. Just a side note, I heard a fan in Pittsburgh fell off the escalator today and died.
Jesus.
That to me is cringeworthy. At the Acrisure, you know, because I think
This has been a rough week in the
That's
NFL.
brutal.
it used to be called Heinz, right? But it's now Acrisure or something like that. But they've always they have on the to get you to the top level. They have these huge escalators, and you can see them from, like, the field. Like, they go real tall. And so, yeah, if a guy falls out of that, like, it's over. Yeah, so
Done.
that was cringeworthy
When they
for me.
show that
That's
that
horrible.
escalator, like the CBS or
Right.
Fox, that does look scary. Like, Jesus, that's so steep.
Right.
And,
Jeez,
yeah,
this is
and,
a
like,
rough week.
I don't know if he was drunk or if she was drunk or whatever, but, like, I would imagine a lot of people who ride those escalators are pretty intoxicated too.
Right.
Right.
You know,
You got
like, so you're
for
already,
two
like,
balls.
a little off balance, you know. Yeah, that's freaky.
Yeah.
Andrew, cringeworthy. A
Man dead after a fall in Acrisure Stadium.
Oh,
God.
Look at that.
Cringeworthy? Let me this is an old one, but we were talking about this today. Fucking Patricia's fucking
the pencil.
The pencil in the ear is cringy, I think, because we couldn't figure out why he does it, and people have talked about this for such a long time, and it's just like Adrian points out, his papers are fucking laminated. You
Yeah,
know,
you can't
so
write
there's
with
no
that pencil.
need to use it as a pencil. And then he has a marker in his hand, you know, so he has another writing device that would work on that thing. So we were just like, it's obviously a superstition thing that he does
Yeah,
or
what the
whatever.
hell's a pencil
But
for?
it also looks kind of cool, you know, and it's like, it's just a little cringy. It's like something like you would see your dad doing.
I was gonna
and
say,
be
that's
like,
a dad
"Ugh,
move."
Like, why don't you stop
Dad,
doing that?
coach specific move.
Fucking dad.
I'd say on one level, cringeworthy, John Harbaugh, instead of kicking a field goal on 4th down, he goes for, points. Bills make a stop. Bills win the game. That was kind of cringeworthy. I think they should have gone for the automatic
coaching move,
points. Yeah,
cringeworthy.
that was a little. I definitely second guessed that one.
The making the call of field goal versus go for it, especially like when you're down the 2 scores, like the 10 points, it feels like that is always they always go for the touchdown. They never go for well, kick it now because we still got 2 minutes.
Right.
They always go for the touchdown, and then it never works, and they're like, oh, well, we didn't even have a shot at it.
Right.
Cringeworthy.
I can
coaching.
I would say I didn't even see this game, but I'm probably gonna watch the highlights and cringe when I watch this. Is the plays that lead up to Trubisky getting benched before the second half?
Right.
It's gonna be cringy, because everyone's gonna know he sucks, and everyone's gonna know this motherfucker's done after this half.
Cringeworthy.
So that's I can feel that cringe already. Maybe the last 5 minutes of the second quarter. watching him play, it's like, oh, that's it. He's done. Like, we'll catch you later, buddy.
Can't believe he lasted this long.
Yeah, he got way longer than it should have.
Trubisky. How?
Yeah.
Next award. The Tom Cruise Movie Award, or as I call it, the Ethan Hunt You've Never Seen Me Upset Award. This goes to the Tom Cruise movie that most represents this week in the NFL. Okay, I told you how my weekend was. It was a lot of eating, a lot of like moving around, a lot of walking, a lot of exhaustion. So I give this week in the NFL / my life, the Tom Cruise movie, Night and Day. Night and Day, I don't know what the hell happened in that movie. I don't know who's what. Somehow Tom Cruise is cool. He's beating up people, but I don't know why. So just utter confusion for 2 hours in the movie, and then confusion for me for about 48 hours. Not knowing timetables, not knowing eating schedules, seeing a lot of people. Night and day for me. Tom Cruise represents that week in the NFL for me. What do you think?
I'm gonna go with The Last Samurai, and I say that because that's my theme this year with Josh Allen. I think he is by far and away beyond the best quarterback in the league. I think he's the last samurai. It's an ugly war right now. A lot of people are dying. A lot of teams are dying right here. But I think Josh Allen is going to be the last samurai.
He is the last samurai. You're saying he's been like the Buffalo Bills were like the samurais. They took him in.
Right.
His hair grew long. Right. And he became the last samurai. Interesting. I didn't see that pick coming.
There you go.
I didn't think there'd be a last samurai pick at all this whole year.
But there's mine.
That's a great Tom Cruise movie.
It's good? I thought it was bad.
Yeah.
I liked it.
It's good, dude.
But I do know a lot of people.
But you didn't like Collateral. I can't
like it.
I can't trust you.
I mean, it is like, he's playing a fucking American dude who picks up samurai really quickly.
The white savior doesn't age well.
But I'm like, it's a good fucking movie, dude.
I thought it was a good movie. I thought it was a good movie.
Dude, like,
I'm outvoted.
You get stuck, like, on the way he, connects. Like
that and Troy.
Yeah.
I think Troy, I know a lot of people hated Troy.
I like Troy.
Yeah.
But when it's on, I can't not watch it.
Any part of the movie, you're like, give it 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like you're either in a really intense moment where he's acting his ass off, like with his relationship, or it's like he's just doing fucking fighting.
Right.
It's so good, but it is like cheesy. It's a little cheesy, It came out in 2000.
Right.
Like it's like that era movie of like cheesy.
Mm-hmm.
My Tom Cruise movie, American Made.
Oh, I consider that one.
Where he's the drug smuggler who flies the plane.
Why
I feel like America's team, the Cowboys, are hot right now, So I love that. I love that vibe.
Good tie-in.
And then it's like kind of like, it's just there's adventure in it, Like I feel like it's a good time to just like fire a quarterback who fucking sucks, and like go with a quarterback who's good, Don't think about money. Don't think about he's got potential. We got too much money invested in him. Like, get the fucking quarterback who completes the post route.
So if
like shoot from the hip. Like just who plays the game better. Go with them.
So if Tom Cruise, the drug smuggler in American Made, is Cooper Rush / Dak Prescott, Jerry Jones is the Colombian drug dealer, drug lord.
Hell yeah. He's like the double agent, DEA dude. Like,
who's the DEA guy on the Cowboys who's trying to bust Tom Cruise?
Well, Jerry Jones is kind of stirring the shit a little bit, because did you see that interview where he said there's definitely a quarterback controversy?
No, you told me about it.
He's like, oh no, we're thinking about it. He's like, no, we're fucking thinking about it, And it's like, damn, Jerry, way to sell Dak out already, and way to just create a media fire,
that.
Yeah, so... But he's always been a headlines guy too. So, But yeah, I'm going American Made. It's exciting, and I'm excited for the Cowboys right now. No one expected shit out of the Cowboys, and they're 3-1 right now, so it's exciting. It feels like anything could happen.
Yeah, that's true. Going into the best football month of the year, October, there's a lot of excitement from Cowboy fans, which we haven't usually got. So you went American Made. Omar Carmona goes The Last Samurai. I went Night and Day. Pretty big range of Cruise movies.
Hell yeah.
We went for this week. All right, that wraps up the categories. That takes us to Monday night.
It is.
Oh, shit.
Monday night, LA Rams at your San Francisco 49ers. The Garoppolo dynasty is back, or is it?
It's back, but I hope it's short-lived.
Oh, short-lived Garoppolo?
Oh shit.
I already want to. I want a quarterback change already.
Damn.
What? Omar, you're surprising me. All right, so let's go Monday night questions. Over under. Garoppolo, 2 touchdown passes.
Under.
Andrew Ramirez, over under 1 defensive score.
Over.
Ooh. Carmona, over under 35 points for the San Francisco 49ers.
Under.
Oh. Andrew, over under 1 block field goal.
Under.
Conservative picks. And finally, over or not over under, Carmona, pick the winner for Monday night.
It's gonna be an ugly game. It is gonna. I can never say that the 49ers are gonna lose. Although, it's gonna be 20-19 49ers.
Hell yeah.
Nailed it again. You hit the post on these with the music every single
That was
time.
really good.
Excellent. All right, we called the games. We did the categories. We picked Monday night. We are gravely concerned for Tua.
Gravely.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, that was the Sunday Night Talk for Week 4 in the NFL. Thank you, Omar. Thank you, Andrew.
Awesome.
Hell
Thanks
yeah,
for having
we
me.
did it. We did it.
Good night, everybody.
Let's get it.
Okay, that is it. That is the show for Week 4 in the NFL. I want to thank Omar Carmona. I want to thank Andrew Ramirez for joining me live and in studio from my mom and dad's kitchen, of all things. Week 4 in the NFL. I'm exhausted. But the Raiders won. So I'm calling that a big win. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are new to it, and I will see you next week.